ladies, gentlemen, everything in between. Welcome back to another episode of Midnight Oil Motorsports. My name's Ian, and thanks for stopping by. Whether you're a first time or a long time viewer, I appreciate your continued support. Guys and gals, we're after redemption here. We are in my Tahoe. We have a trailer in tow. We are on our way to beautiful Gingerman Raceway in South Haven, Michigan. Now, we were here before, got one session, and broke some stuff. We're gonna see if, well, the repairs we did and the diagnosis we did was correct. We're gonna see if this fixes it. We're gonna see if we can have a good weekend. This event I'm going to is with GPS Track Time. Great beginner-friendly group, and yeah, so we're just gonna go out here. I had to do novice for Saturday because it was the only tickets that were left. Normally I'm an intermediate driver, but it is what it is. We're just testing the car. I'm not too picky. And yeah, Sunday we have an intermediate ticket, so hopefully we can set some good lap times then if the car holds together. Now, again, we're just gonna be testing, hopefully just doing some more compared to what we already have. And yeah, let's just have a great weekend and hit a montage of me loading up the car and driving all the way over here. Let's do it. It's a little late, but you can see car's loaded up. And it just finished raining. Nice. Not a drop on the car. I wish I could have showed more of setting up, but the rain was coming in and also it got dark very quick. So you guys know the drill. Basic camping setup next to the race car. See you guys in the morning.
Nice.
All right, so we're back at Gingerman, and it's wet. It rained a lot last night, but we're gonna do our best here. I'm not gonna go out the first session because novice session is just a lead follow session for the first one, but you know, we're just gonna be doing our best in the wet. Big tires in the wet suck, but it is what it is. So let's get after it, let's do it, and yeah, next time you'll see me, hopefully he'll be in the car. All right, so we just got our 5-minute call a couple minutes ago. Getting everything ready. Again, just want to thank you guys, as always, for supporting me and everything else. You guys are great. It really motivates me to come out here and like fix the car and everything. So, yeah, we're just a novice today, so I'm probably gonna hit a lot of traffic, and that's fine. But at the same time, we're just testing today. Time to really put my money where my mouth is to see if I diagnose this properly. If not, and it pulls the threads again, well, it is what it is. So hope for the worst, expect the best. The nice part is the brakes already bed in, so that's pretty cool. Don't gotta worry about bedding those in. We just kind of go out here, have fun, and enjoy ourselves. Hopefully not get too wet, but I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, goal today, have fun. Ready? Yes, sir. So that session was a little rough. We money shifted once. I'm not hurt by that, but it also chucked a stud again. I'm gonna see if I can try to fix it. I'm here for the whole weekend, and one session in, that happens. Not too stoked on it, but it is what it is. That's racing, right? You break stuff sometimes. But it sucks because we really tried to prevent this from happening. And what happened was the stud actually walked out, which is crazy. It's crazy how just the stud, I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna see if we can get this fixed. I'm gonna go talk to the wonderful men and women over at the maintenance tower, see if they have a welder to possibly just weld these studs in. So, cool. Let's see what happens. So, talked with the track staff over at Gingerman, and they have a welder. So we're gonna be able to weld these studs, or at least tack them in, and see if that works. So, huge shout out to the staff at Gingerman. They are awesome. But now, we gotta take this apart. Let's do some wrenching. Let's thrash. So, I just want to pause here for a second and point out that the guy in the last two clips, well, it's actually two entirely different people. Let me break it down for you. This first guy, well, he's lost all hope. Tried to solve a problem and did a lot of research trying to figure out what the problem was, did everything to prevent the problem, but guess what? The problem still happened. Now this next guy, well, he's a guy who's been not only motivated by his friends, but by you, the viewer, to bring you content, to bring you just something to show you that, yeah, you can fix and get the track. And don't be afraid to ask track staff, hey, I need some help. Can you guys help me? And they were totally motivated to help me. So don't be like this first guy. Be like this second guy. Be motivated. You're already out there. Go out there and do it. Burn that midnight oil. So, without further ado, let's thrash. Well, good morning. Welcome back to another day in beautiful, pure Michigan.
It's pure Michigan.
Yesterday did not go exactly how I thought it was going to. We were working on the car all day. Took the turbo off 3 times, and well, yeah, I ended up welding those studs in. Turbo doesn't sit perfectly flat. Use a little bit of RTV, and we're just gonna see if it holds together today. And if it doesn't, I've exhausted all my options. It is time for a new turbo and manifold, if I plan on doing track stuff. Still works for autocross, so that's fine. But yeah, we are all set and ready for our sessions today, hopefully. I double check my work because it got very late yesterday. I worked on the car from I would have been 10 a.m. until about 6 at night. No, 8 at night, because it was already dark. Gotta do driver's meeting, eat some breakfast. And we have intermediate today. No novice, no traffic, hopefully. We'll see. See you guys out there. All right, we just got our 5-minute call to grid a couple minutes ago, so about time for me to go up there. But we diagnosed yesterday, to give you a little bit more background, that we think the vibration along with thermal expansion of all the different metals going on in there walked the studs out, because the locking hardware didn't move, which is incredible. So tack weld the studs, new gasket. Tack welds were a little bit fat, but yeah, we ended up getting it back together, a little bit RTV, but we're good. We are all square, I think. My only thing right now is if that RTV burns off, we have an exhaust leak. So hopefully it doesn't, but right next to the turbo, that is a very hot area. So we'll see how it goes. Imagine, a little nervous. I kind of just want this car to work. I know what's going to make it work, and right now we're just kind of putting band-aids on the bullet wound. So if it works, it works. Great. You get to have a fun day. Even if it only works half the day, I'll be happy. But yeah, we'll kind of see how it goes. As always, love coming out here. You guys are great, and yeah, we're just gonna feel the car out. Hopefully I can do some good driving and hopefully have something entertaining to put out today, unlike yesterday. Yesterday kind of sucked, but oh well, it is what it is. So, get in the zone. Intermediate group is packed, so I gotta watch this mirror like a hawk. Thank you. So not sure if you heard that, but the starter had said that it's a yellow first lap, which means that it's under caution. You want to warm up your tires, warm up your brakes, everything else. You do this mainly to be able to see where the corner workers are for safety, obviously. For car-wise, like I said, warm up tires, warm up brakes. Just figure out how the car's feeling during the day. So usually it doesn't matter what group you're in, whether it's novice, intermediate, advanced. It's always going to be the first lap is going to be under yellow, just so you can see that for safety. So obviously just be nice and chill, and then we're gonna ramp it up. my God, we did it! Woo! We made it through a whole session! Oh my God. Oh, man, the car feels so good. Car feels really good. Now it's still, the turbo is still making a little bit of noise. I think there's still a little bit of an exhaust leak, but the AFRs are fine, and we're getting full boost. So I'm calling it a win. Started up this time. And we're out for session number 2. Gonna see how it goes. We're behind a gentleman I actually just met today. His name's, or not today, but yesterday. His name's Corey. Very, very nice guy. Immaculate vibes. And yeah, he's got a GoPro in the back. We're gonna see if we can get a little bit of footage of me driving behind him. We'll see. So again, we'll see how the car holds together. And hopefully have a good time. So after this, not really anything special happens, which is good, but also bad. But Corey and I end up getting stuck in traffic. I end up having to go around him. Can't see too much of that after that. But hey, we're still enjoying ourselves. We're still going out there doing it, and the car survives another 20-minute session. So you guys have seen enough of this. We do a lot of sessions throughout the day. I was really excited about it. Let's just get into the fastest lap. right, so we are back in the garage. We brought this car here under its own power, and I cannot believe how crazy of a weekend it was. I mean, come on. Saturday we got there, did 10 minutes into the session, and the same thing happened. We did our very best to prevent it, but obviously it happened, and it's kind of disappointing. But through my friends helped me out, you guys motivating me, and also a huge shout out to the track staff at Gingerman. We were able to get this thing back together and thrash all day on Sunday. We did 6 out of the 7 sessions. I sat out 1 session because I was tired. And that's a luxury to be able to even think about doing that. The car performed flawlessly after the mishap on Saturday, and I could not be happier. So on 5 PSI boost, we obviously did that 147.2 that you saw, whether it was last clip or a couple clips ago, not too sure. But that's the fastest I've been around Gingerman. Now it's nothing to brag about, but on 5 PSI boost and gigantic tires, I can't complain. I love it. It was so much fun. The soundtrack, just to be out there and have fun with my friends was awesome to be able to do that again. So, what's next for the car? Obviously, we need to replace that manifold, studs, and also we're going to replace that turbo because we keep having the problem with the manifold ejecting studs. Turbo, everything's fine with it, but if we're going to be replacing the manifold, I'd like to upgrade the turbo because I plan on doing that down the line anyways. This is a $300 ISR turbo that I got as a Christmas gift from my now wife 6 years ago, and it's been on the car since. And it's worked. It's been awesome, but I like to keep it in one piece, to keep it as we'll call it a bar ornament, and have that as a story. So it'll be cool. And also be able to get more power, because that's kind of locked at about 10 PSI boost. And if we crank it up even more, I've seen horror stories of those things grenading these ceramic, or not ceramic, they're just journal bearings. So grenading the bearings, that would not be good for those playing at home. So what's next for the channel? I have no idea. We got a couple cars that need some work. We'll probably do little videos here and there. I don't really have any big projects planned quite like this. We'll see what goes on. I got some friends' cars that I could work on. I've got a couple little projects here and there, but nothing that's a big build like this. This is my forever car. I wanted to do it right, and honestly, I couldn't be happier. Next thing, maybe a little more power, but this car is great as it sits. So anyways, sorry for the ramble. Thank you guys for coming along for the ride, and let's get to this outro. So if you like the video, give it a like. If you really like the video, consider subscribing. I appreciate each and every single one of you that do, and honestly, I cannot thank you guys for helping me stay motivated enough. You guys are a huge part of this build, whether you think so or not. Every like, comment, subscription, whatever it is, helps me just be in the right headspace. So just thank you very much. Get out there, burn that midnight oil. Whether it's a brand new car, an old car, put a battery tender on it. Take the car cover off, maybe put a car cover on, maybe wash it. Go out there, drive it. If it doesn't drive, get it running. Because obviously, cars are meant to be driven, and it's awesome to be able to have something that you can do at your home that just makes you happy. So I think everybody needs that, and helps you stay in the right headspace in a lot of different aspects of life. So go out there and do something that makes you happy. So whether it's a great night, great morning, great evening, whatever it is by you, just make sure it's great. Catch you in the next one, everyone.